Hey folks, it's news in the flash with Northmeister's around. Northmeister here. Today, the first news item is that the House unveils bill to allow Trump to buy Greenland, which is a good effort and a good bill. As I've stated before and in the past on this issue, I do believe Greenland is a strategic asset that the United States should purchase. Second to that is Michelle Obama is promising that she's going to skip the Trump inauguration. Good riddance. Michelle or Michael, as some call her. You don't need her there. She's a vindictive woman, and one of the reasons why the Democratic Party is the way it is today, unfortunately. Next is the village people are going to perform at the inauguration, and this has gotten some leftists mad. Too bad. I think it's a good thing. Next in the news is Hamas has accepted a draft resolution of a ceasefire in the Israeli situation and the release of hostages. This is a good thing. Like in the Ukraine situation, the killing must stop, hostages must be released, and there must be a negotiation for a deal. I believe that it is in America's interest to have peace in the world, not constant warfare. Uh, Next, in regards to that, is that right now two of the major stories in the country are the LA wildfires, of course, and we'll deal with that in a second. And the other is Hegseth's, the nominee for the Department of Defense, um, for the Secretary of Defense, for the Trump administration, is now going through hearings. Obviously, Democrats are concentrating on his tattoos, his past statements about women in combat. I've stated before that, or maybe I haven't, I don't know, that there's been major studies done in addition to actual performances observed in the Israeli military and in other militaries that women and men in combat roles together just don't work. Um, for one thing, men have a natural inclination to protect women. It's just in our instincts, and that interferes with the structure of warfare and so on and so forth. So they're kind of focusing on that. They tried to find something in his FBI file. He has a clean FBI file. Um, they're doing everything they can to try to derail him, but I believe he will hopefully, well, I hopefully believe he will become the next defense secretary. He has said that my only special interest is that of the warfighter. So he's definitely pro soldier, sailor, airman, marine, uh, etc. And then the other major story is the LA wildfires. They continue. Unfortunately, heavy winds are going to return, which is going to make matters worse. The winds spread the fire, make them worse. Nine have been charged in looting there. There's a lot of scams going on there. It's really just a major mess. Uh, in, in relationship to that, Newsom, rather than being concerned with the wildfires and getting them under control and working with the federal authorities and so on and so forth to declare emergencies and to get the military in there and to help stop the fire, has decided to focus instead on deals to prevent the deportation of illegal immigrants who have crossed our border and broken our laws from the state of California when Trump becomes president. So that's his major concern. It shows you that the modern Democratic Party, which has captured California and has also captured my home state of New York and other states, that it's not focused on the things that Franklin D. Roosevelt and the New Deal were focused on. It's not the party of that party, the party of our grandfathers or great grandfathers or fathers. It's not the party of John F. Kennedy. This and the fact that RFK Jr. has joined the Trump administration and is backing Trump is indication of this. Trump is a former Democrat. I'm a former Democrat. I call myself a Trumpocrat because I still love the old New Deal Democratic Party. But the problem is that the party has become the party of a new religion called wokeness, which involves uh, the basic tenets of being anti-white, um, anti-Semitic in many ways, and also very much um, pro DEI and critical race theory and all those other racist notions. Uh, so the modern Democratic Party has become a racist party that is against the majority of Americans and a sexist party against white males, essentially. And that's exactly what they are. They are run by white males mostly, and some white females. But they're a plantation party is what they are. They're an awful party. They've abandoned the American worker, and they've done this since Clinton. And they're a party that has lost its way, unfortunately. But fortunately, we have the Make America Great Again movement of Donald Trump that is transforming the Republican Party into a populist party, which will contain both left wing populists and right wing populists. I consider myself a left wing populist mainly because my economic principles are more in line with the social democratic ideals and the mercantile capitalist ideals, um, capitalism, than they are with kind of libertarian type free market capitalism, which doesn't work. And I believe government should intervene in the economy to help American workers, to create greater benefits, to create a great middle class society in which we all can enjoy. We've done that in the past. It made us greatly successful. It was the power behind the New Deal and behind the Eisenhower administration as well. Um, Spending money on infrastructure, which was what Eisenhower did. We need massive expenditures in infrastructure. Now, high-speed rail. We need to catch up in high-speed rail and create a great maglev high-speed rail system interconnecting the country. That would create millions of jobs and would modernize our country. We need to have massive rebuilding of our airports because our airports have fallen behind. They're some of the worst airports in the world compared to other places. There's so much that we can do infrastructure-wise. And it's one of the things that we should be focusing on, but instead we're focusing on DEI and other such things. So it's good that we have the MAGA movement. The MAGA movement will clean out government. It will get us back on the right track, and hopefully it'll begin to focus on infrastructure as well. But I am definitely, uh, well, let's put it this way. Let's give our prayers and condolences to the people of Los Angeles, and hopefully they get some relief. The next item is that has a trade surplus with us of $990 billion due to the Biden administration. This trade surplus is a tragedy. As I've stated before, the basic principle of mercantile capitalism, or what some historians would call mercantilism, the economic system to build America, which we label protectionism, is the idea that exports must be greater than imports overall. This generates wealth for the nation, brings wealth into the nation. But what we're doing is we're transferring wealth out of America to China. Now, why? I don't know. Why we did this? I don't know. But it's happening, and it's empowering the Chinese, who are still controlled by their Communist Party, their party of dictatorship, and it's unfortunate. So we need to reduce that surplus to a surplus for us, is what we need to do. And there's many ways to do this, and Trump is focused on this issue. Restoring our manufacturing base is one of the critical things that we need to do, along with rebuilding our infrastructure, among other things. Next is the AfD, the Alternative for Germany, a political party that exists there, is rising. It's rising to a point where it looks like it may replace the Christian Democratic Party, which was uh, the party of the social market system, which is actually a very good system of economics that they had in place in Germany that ruled Germany for quite a long time and did a good job. It made Germany a strong nation after World War II. But the problem is that they were taken over by the mercantilists, or not the mercantilists, the Merkel people, Angela Merkel, who basically allowed her nation to be invaded by millions and millions of non-German people who will exact many crimes upon them and so on. So It's unfortunate, but the Christian Democrats have joined the world of globalism and its destruction of Western man. And the AfD opposes that. It gives Germany an alternative. It's the populist party of Germany, and it is rising. So I support that. Um, a couple more items, and then we'll let you go for the day. Uh, First is that the Biden administration is setting up rules to ban the import of Chinese-made cars, which I support, and also drones. Now, you could present high tariffs to do this, or you could do import bans for national security reasons. Either way is fine with me. Um, China is a major threat to us. They're more than just a competitor. They're developing into an enemy for us in many ways. Their Belt and Road system needs to be competed against, and we need to stop buying Chinese-made goods. It's empowering them and their communist party and their system of control. So I do support the Biden administration in this effort, and way to go. The last item is kind of just a Paramount news item. You can go to unexplainedmysteries.com. You can find this item there. It's right at the top. A new study is underway at an American university where children's past lives. I bring this up, past life memories. I bring this up because there's been a lot of studies done of this. I've read books on this of children remembering past lives and it being verified, the information being actually verified. How is this so? Well, I've long believed, intuitively, just believed that we're not born just once, born many times. We are mind, body, and spirit, as I've said in the past on my Sunday show, and that our spirits, our soul, is from heaven, if you would. That is our true home, and we choose our lives, we choose our parents, and we're born multiple times, and we've lived multiple times. This is something I strongly believe in. They say it was a part of the original uh, New Testament, but was taken out by church councils. Who knows? I don't know. But I do believe strongly in it. I do consider myself a Christian in the sense that I believe uh, in Jesus as Lord and Savior of the earth, and who died for our wrongs. I do still hold that belief, but I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe that we were born multiple times, and this is just one time in my life. And my identity now is it's a singular identity, and these studies are proving this. And it has long been a belief of the Eastern religions, such as Buddhism, um, which I think is too focused on detaching us from the material world. You don't need to have attachment to the material world, but we're here to use material things. That's God works through us rather than to us most of the time. And I say most of the time because sometimes He does work to us. Anyways, that's an interesting story. You should look it up. Well, folks, that's it for today as far as the news in a flash. I'm not going to do a daily read today. Again, we are adjusting the show as we go along. I didn't wear, of course, my cap today, but that's okay. And I want to wish you all a great day and have a great day, folks.